this on, okay, we're live. I did not have a preview up on YouTube either, so I don't know
It
how
should
long
just
this
be
is.
your banner page or something. So it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
everybody.
I didn't have it scheduled. Hello. Oh my goodness. So about 6 minutes ago, I was sitting on the front porch opening my mail, and I looked at my watch and I thought, oh crap, I'm going live in 5 minutes.
Oh, Erin.
I quick grabbed everything and ran in here. I had 2 Amazon packages and 2 eBay packages and all my mail. And I still made it, so I'm feeling pretty good today.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna click the live here so I can see the chat.
Yeah, see if you get notification, I guess, is my biggest concern. When those notifications go out, that seems to be the biggest help.
Yeah, I haven't, and I can't see. I'm gonna hit like while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So I may be the only one watching right now. Is what it looks like.
Okay, I'm gonna log in also. I've had kind of a weird rush of a few subscribers over the last couple weeks, and I don't know why. I don't know, maybe like 20 or so, which is unusual for me for not putting out regular content. So I don't know if it was like a reflection of like from when I was on Kat's channel and like people came over. What else have I done lately online? I was live somewhere else. I don't remember. Maybe just from us. Oh, you know what? From Whatnot. I think some of them are names that I recognize from Whatnot too. So
okay, got you.
But anyhow, okay. So I opened that up too. So the 2 viewers are you and I. So we'll see if anybody gets a notice and comes in, says hello.
I changed my channel.
Huh?
I changed my channel name.
You did?
It's called No Bad Days. That's going to be our new channel name. So I've already changed the name. I just need to, I'm working on getting a logo to transition it.
Oh, there you are. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be official.
So
I told
cool.
Kelly, I'm like, I'm not putting out videos really. So we might as well lose the subscribers and viewers now than later, you know, because it'll be more travel and retirement.
That's what I was going to ask. That's going to be your travel channel then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to Fiverr and hired someone yesterday to just do a logo. They're like $5, unlimited revisions. And what caught my eye was one of their logos they already did. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's very similar. I like the colors, just modify a couple of things. And they never responded. And it was due an hour ago. So I guess they're not going to, which sucks because I already paid. And so Fiverr lets me open a case to cancel it. But they have 48 hours to respond. And I'm like, well, I'd like to move on and get an actual logo. So, like, I don't want to hire someone else and her produce something, you know? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we decided on. It took a while. He threw that out there, and I was like, you know what? Works for me. Let's just do it.
I like it.
The only problem
is
positive,
you know,
taken on everything else. So I did it. No Bad Days 2023. He's like, well, that's no good. What's going to happen if it changes? I'm like, look, I'm done. I'm not picking any names. At least it beats like some random number, like a 1 or you know, some, I don't know. So
yeah, because otherwise you get that like random string of numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it won't be long. We'll start posting some videos I've edited. I just want to. I think I've got like 8 content videos out there, so that'll be 8 weeks worth of content, but they're not all done. Not all the videos are ready. So
like when you were dying up on the roof.
Yeah, there's mostly him on that one. But yeah, that's part of it.
Okay, I'm going to show you something funny. So, some friends and I have been dealing with some issues with some outside sources. So we are okay, like as far as our friends go, but we've had some issues with some other folks, and trying to keep our spirits up. We're pretty sure that we are doing the right thing. We've evaluated what's going on and all of that. So anyhow, in a move of great support and care, Jen dropped off gifts for myself and for Erica, and this is what I got. It's funny and it's so true. I just want you to know it's true.
Okay.
It says, I already know I'm going to hell, so at this point, go big or go home.
That's funny. That is not true, though.
Like, I so needed that. I
Yeah.
absolutely needed that. It's one of those, yeah. Yep. Because there's nothing else I can do right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're committed.
The frustration in life is real.
Yes.
And that is what gets me, because I have little patience.
Yeah.
And I struggle with everything. Like, I've been struggling with eBay. I've been struggling with my finances, changing things over to my married name. Like, it's all just a struggle.
That's a challenge. Absolutely.
And I called, like, my pension is held with the light company I used to work for.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-husband's still my beneficiary. And they wanted all these documents to be snail mailed. So I never did it. And I'm like, well, I'll just roll it over because I'm not dying. I'm just going to roll it over. I need a check to the company I'm working with. And they're like, oh, no, you need this. So then they hang up on me, and then they call me back, and then they transfer me. And the person that's like, oh, yeah, they didn't need to transfer you. I'm going to transfer you back. I'm like, why? Because they just transferred me. She's like, I'll explain everything to him. I'm like, okay. Put me on hold, hung up on me again. And nobody called me back. So I'm just so, like, I know this needs to be done, but I'm so frustrated.
That's incredibly frustrating. Yes. Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I never got a notification that we were live. Did you? Usually I get an email.
I turned off my notifications, so. Wow, and do not disturb. YouTube, yeah, 5 minutes ago. I did.
Okay. Well, that's good. I did not. So I was like, well, are we live? Yeah, we are. I checked. Okay. So when Ken gets here, because I suspect he will pop in, we need to harass him about why is he still using MapQuest.
If he must.
I must. I have to remember to talk about that. We have to talk about my Halloween sale. I have another piece of Halloween equipment, and I actually made my husband go outside and test it last night, and it was really cool. And I had not looked up the pricing on it, and it only sells for $12.99, and so I'm keeping it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was like, that is just so.
I approve of that.
It's so cool. And I'm not a Halloween person. We don't, decorate big or anything like that, but it's easy and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's one of those LED lights. Literally, all you do is stick it in the ground, plug it in, and it casts light on your house.
Oh, yeah. I bought one of those.
Yeah, so this particular one looks like ghosts are floating around.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's really
Mine
neat
were
looking.
just like these laser lights, and it was 2 different colors, which was fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
But then one of the colors went out. I was like, I'm just throwing it away because,
yes.
Red lasers on my house is just kind of weird.
Actually, I think the video, I might even be able to show you a short video of those ghosts. See if I can find it here. Oh, it's going to take forever to load. But anyhow, but I did want to talk about that sale I had yesterday. Possibly when we have more friends. I'm really surprised we don't have friends, and I suspect it is because I didn't make a YouTube post. I made an Instagram post.
You mean like viewers?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram. I'm like, ooh, look at Erin. She is on it today.
Sort of. I
Sort of.
made the StreamYard like 5 minutes before I got on here. You know, after I jumped up off the porch and ran in here.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just gonna write it. If she don't show up, I ain't doing it.
No, I was just my usual slacker self, you know. One of those.
No.
Let's see.
Does
I don't
Canva?
know. Huh?
Canva is free, right?
There are free parts, yeah.
Because I went to some website this morning to create a logo.
Mm-hmm.
It said, do it for free. And I'm like, yay. And I did it. I'm like, kind of like it. I like it. And when I went to go download it, it's like, download low resolution for free. I paid $30. And I'm like, if I'm going to pay $30, I'm going to have someone do something original.
Right. I know.
I'm so mad. I'm
Hey,
like,
Chris.
Chris, what's happening? Good morning.
He's about to
We'll
well,
make
if I
sure we're
click on
in it.
his comment, then everybody can see it, right?
Are you going to put us in your video?
There
Make
we
us
go.
YouTube famous, man.
I don't know what I did with that video of the ghosts. I must have deleted it. Let's see if I can pull it back up. Anyhow. So I had one win and one kind of a loss, but I'm going to keep that loss. So it's okay.
What do you mean win and loss?
So the I picked up there's Ken. I picked up the 2 Halloween pieces, and the one sold and the other one I'm keeping because it's not selling.
Okay, got you.
I mean, I can sell it. I didn't buy it for very much, and it sells for $12.99.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna keep it because it's really cool.
All right.
So I must have deleted the video. Let's see if I can recover it, but it'll take a few minutes to upload. It's only like 4 seconds. Like the video is only 4 seconds long, but it at least give you an idea of why I thought it was so cool. So, Ken, I think we need a little bit of an intervention here, buddy. I heard a rumor that you were still using MapQuest. And it's just, we can't be doing that, friend. Not in this day and age. What in the world are you using MapQuest for?
That is Erin's intervention, not mine.
What is going on there? We just cannot do that. Does MapQuest even exist?
Yes, it does. And if it works, why break it?
Oh, man.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link in there. I'm trying to
It's fair.
see if I can pin that. Yes, Ken, you are welcome to join us and explain yourself. This needs a full explanation.
We all have our reasons, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I heard that Ken was on the podcast with the Tennessee, was it Tennessee Pickers? I think it was Tennessee Pickers. I just listened to it, so I had like a few minutes left. Make sure I'm giving you guys the right name. Nashville Flippers. I so had that wrong. Now I feel really bad. Let's put up a link to their
I mean, that's understandable. They're in Tennessee and they're picking or flipping,
pickers, right?
They're picking and flipping, probably.
Let me grab their link here and I'll drop that in the chat so there's no confusion.
I hear thunder. That means we might get some rain. Thank you, Jesus.
What in the
Saturday,
world?
we cleaned out our garage and we pulled everything out because there's not rain in the forecast and it hadn't rained forever.
Yeah.
And then we get a downpour while we're sitting eating lunch to take a break. I'm
Oh.
like, oh my God.
Yes, of course, right?
But hey, we
Hold on
needed the
for a
rain.
second. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's he going? What did I
He got-
do? Is it
You
something
got
I
hands
said?
to shake, babies to kiss. Man, I've been so bad. Like, I haven't listed on eBay at all.
Really?
And I need to.
Yes, you do.
Get busy with it.
Chris says we get rain. I'm assuming that's just to say every
Every day.
Saturday.
Well, it's just such a drought. Like, we were gonna book in September for Labor Day a trip where there's water, but we're like, maybe we won't because it's such a drought, right? Like, we'd have to have a lot of rain to make up where there's actually water, which was the main attraction at that state park. So,
Right.
What's up, Ken?
Ken?
So
You've got some explaining to do, my friend.
I'm getting grief about my policies and practices, huh?
Aaron is giving you grief. I have no comment.
MapQuest went out of business like years ago. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody uses MapQuest anymore, Ken. There's apps for that.
Yes, agreed. Okay. And I'm going to back up. Yeah, that was a great time. I seen you put the link there for the Nashville Flippers.
Yeah,
I was on their podcast. That was a lot of fun. And this Friday, I'm going to pitch something else while I'm here. This Friday, we are doing a reseller draft.
Oh, I did hear that, yeah.
We're picking teams. I don't even know to what end. We pick the teams and let the chat choose who has the best reseller team. So there's a pool of all different resellers. And so I don't know. You know what I know. It should be fun. Anyway, okay. The whole MapQuest deal.
Yes.
I do not actively or regularly use MapQuest. Okay.
He says.
I use it. I use, just like my phone and I, GPS everything everywhere. But for tax related purposes, I don't keep track of mileage every time I go out anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm really bad about keeping track of any of that. Yeah.
What I do is if I go to different citywide sales, because I try to focus mainly on citywide sales or different areas, and for the tax purposes to have some sort of record of that, what I do is then I will go to MapQuest, because you can put in those distances and such, and then it'll give you the mileage as like a round trip.
I'm going to have you hold that thought real quick.
Yes.
Chris, you need to go back to Windows 7 to get MapQuest. Okay, carry on, Ken.
Just 1 second.
It's not Windows XP.
No, 7. and you've got to put in your AOL disk.
God, she's really getting you hard there.
I have one if you need it. But no, I know okay. MapQuest is still out there. All right, here, let's
share my screen.
Here we go. Look
there,
at that.
MapQuest.com. Right there.
Still functioning. That looks like a Windows 10.
Up. So let me stop that screen. Okay. So anyway, just for tax related purposes, to have some sort of, if you would ever get audited and have, like, they want documentation when I go someplace, and then say all of my mailing, every day when I go to the post office, every day when I go wherever, I estimate, well, I know I have one sheet that shows here's the distance from my place to the post office. And let's say, I go every day, 250 times. I have that as an estimate. If I go my regular yard sailing, I go, 3 days a week, and I probably cover, if I'm just going to my area, you know, 10 miles or whatever it is. I don't even know. So that is what I use MapQuest for, but on a regular basis every day. I just, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Don't you hate when you're using your GPS and you're like out at yard sales, and you're like pulled in a drive and you're like in a different city, or maybe even in your own city if you don't, and it says you're going to the next location and it'll say like head west towards Adams Street or what? It's like, this isn't my town. How the hell do I know where Adams Street is? If I knew where it was, I wouldn't need the GPS. And so, and then
I mean, your
the
GPS
worst thing
is going to show Adams Street at that point.
The worst thing that you can do is, well, when you're like, when you're not parallel with the street, if you're like in somebody's drive, and every single time, if I'm supposed to turn right, I turn left. I have zero sense of direction. Yeah. And the last thing you can do on, instructions to me is go, oh, it's on the west side of the street.
Yeah.
I will say I have made a concerted effort to use my directional functions like in my van and like orienting myself and just in general knowing those directions. Like that has not come easy to me, but I have made a concerted effort over the years to learn that. So I understand where you're coming from, because it has been it's a challenge. And the only thing that has kept me going, honestly, is my van tells me what direction I'm pointing.
Yeah. See, I used to have a vehicle that, had a little display up in the console or whatever that would tell you which way it was. So actually, okay, even being more old timey than MapQuest, I actually have a compass in my car that when it says head this direction, I get out the compass. I'm really, really old.
So for those of you that don't know, your iPhone has a compass on it if you ever need that. But we do teach Girl Scouts how to use non-digital compasses.
Yeah.
What do we call those? They're a
compass, an analog compass.
Analog. Yeah, we use the analog compasses. So that's something, if I'm teaching that, I need to be aware. And so, I do have some skill in that department. Not a whole lot, but enough to I can orient myself pretty well now. But I know what you mean, though, because again, it has taken quite an effort on my part to be able to do that. Just a little change of subject. So I'm going to see if I can share this screen with you guys. Windows, entire screen. I guess I'm just going to have to share my entire screen with you in order for you to see this. Make sure I don't have anything incriminating going on here.
Oh, no, we want incriminating.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're going to see my whole screen here. In order for me to share, wait, let me pull this up and then, no, I can't do that. Okay. In order for me to share a video of a little doodad that I'm going to keep. Okay, this says pro tip, be careful sharing screen audio. If you have a guest, they will hear themselves. Okay, so I shared screen audio. I guess I don't need that on. How do I undo it?
Don't worry about it.
Good. There we go. I guess I undid that. Hang on, let me try again. So I found this little doodad and I thought, it's Halloween. I'll keep it. It'll be great. I can sell it. Halloween sells well. Well, I'll back up 1 second. So I bought 2 things actually. And one of them sold. And one of them only sells for a little bit, and so I'm going to keep it. But here is a video of that little doodad. Can you guys see it?
That is
Yeah.
cool. I like
Uh-huh.
those.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? So it's just like
Yeah.
a few second video, but so it's this little light, and you literally just like plug it in, and like it's got a spike, and you stick it in the ground. And this was fairly up close. We can actually back up, and the ghosts will be bigger, and they're still pretty clear and able to be seen. So I was actually
Cool.
almost relieved that it doesn't go for very much online, so I could keep it. Is that bad?
No, I do that a lot. I make deals with myself. I buy
Yeah,
items that I want to keep that might have value to sell, and I'm going to list this. If it's not gone in 30 days, I get to keep it.
absolutely. Yes. I've done that.
Yeah. And Aaron, normally I'd give you hell on that, but if it's not worth much online and you can use it, then I'm good with
So,
that.
I mean,
So,
I only paid a couple bucks for it. And hang on, I'm looking for my sold video or my sold listing from yesterday. I only paid a couple dollars for it, but it sells for $12.99. So it's almost like I could list it if I didn't want to keep it, but it's inexpensive enough that I'm okay letting it stay here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
let me come back over here. I'm going to share this other sale that I had yesterday. So this is the other piece of Halloween equipment that I picked up. And you two actually have seen this already, but I'm going to share it with everybody else.
I haven't seen the video though.
The video, okay, so I tried uploading a video. I'll have to actually show it to you how I showed you the ghosts. I added a video to this listing, and oh, it didn't share, did it? Here we go. Sorry about that. So I tried using eBay's new add a video function,
Yeah.
and it went into needs reviewed or something like that. And this sold so fast, it sold in a couple hours, by the way. So if you ever come across these gemmy floating Grim Reapers, and this one did work because I tested it and made a video of it. But I thought I had it listed for 65, it took a best offer 55. But I thought if I'm selling it for that much, I should probably put up a video so people can see that it works. And it sold anyhow without the video ever getting uploaded. So the person that bought this, though, sent me an interesting message. They bought it. They said they bought it. How do I zoom in on this, by the way? Because you guys can't really see that very well, can you?
Just make your internet screen bigger.
Let me see. How is that? Did that zoom in for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to play the video?
I'll have to pull up the video because it never uploaded to the listing.
Okay.
Because the listing sold. So yeah, I will pull up the video for you. But the person sent me an interesting message and said that the reason they bought this was because it looks like the skull of Voldemort from Harry Potter movies. So there were, I think, 10 others listed and 10 sold. So it had 100% sell-through rate. There were a lot of different years listed. Mine was the only 2007. Some of them, hey, Lisa, some of them did not have where the eyes light up, and mine had the eyes that light up. Listening and drifting. Oh, going to the post office. Okay, cool.
I haven't done anything.
Driving. Yeah, I figured driving.
For the last 2 days, I've done nothing, but hey.
Lisa seems like a kind of person that just kind of
She
drifts
just kind of
around.
drifting in the wind. Yeah.
Lucy, just,
I'm going to drift over to the
Hence
post
the name
office.
Gypsy in her title.
yes.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I was pretty excited this one sold right away like that. So let me
Yes.
find the
And thank you for the mention in your IG post about that.
absolutely. I had the brand name meant nothing to me until you said, "Oh, that's a good name."
Jemmy is a good name to buy in that sort of, I see it a lot in the Halloween stuff. Anything animated, anything Jemmy, I'm picking
Yes, definitely
that up.
animated. I will show you guys. It's
And
annoyingly animated.
The eBay needs to work on that process of getting those videos uploaded quicker or approved. And I understand why they do it, so people aren't putting, questionable videos
Sure.
along with their products, or foul language or something. But I've done that on several anything that I have that's animated, if it's plush or this sort of Halloween stuff,
Hmm.
Christmas. I always try to put a video now. I have sold a number of things, I think, because you could see the video. I actually, oh, story time. Can I tell a story?
Go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm looking for the video anyhow, so it'll take me a
So
minute.
I had one of those. If I say like the Billy Bass thing, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, that
Yep.
sings.
Yeah.
Well, I had one that was it was just like the skeleton of a fish.
Okay.
Okay. And it sang like bad to the bone because it was all bones.
Okay. Okay, it's funny.
So I had uploaded a video of that working. A person bought it. Then so then like the next morning, I hadn't even shipped it yet. I had just printed the labels out to ship it, and they put in for a return. They put it in as a return and not like a cancel the
Cancel.
item or whatever. So I
Right.
kind of got stuck with, and their explanation was, um I watched the video after I bought this and decided I didn't want it. Okay. So I'm not sure how they put in for a return on an item that had not even shipped yet,
Right.
but I had printed the label. So in
Yeah,
the end,
that
I
could be why.
basically had to refund their money, which that's okay. I offer returns and stuff like that, but it messed up my account as far as I got a ding on my
Oh,
account because I didn't ship an item on
yeah.
time. And it's
Wouldn't
like,
it
well,
have had an option to cancel at buyer's request?
no, not at that point.
Not
It
after
was
you
because it
printed the
was
label.
already the label was already printed and they put in for the return. So I had asked them to go in and cancel the order and never heard a thing out of them. And so because I messaged them, I said, "Can you please go in and put this as a cancel and not a return?" And they didn't do it. And of course now I don't want to get a ding for not return or not refunding within the 3 days or whatever they give you. So, being having OCD the way that I do and just wanting
Yeah.
things, I've always had in my seller rating, you know, top rated, and everything was always 100%.
Yeah.
And now it's my tracking upload time and validation is 99.6, and it just drives me nuts every
Yes.
time I see it.
Just call eBay, they'll fix it.
It's like, yeah, I thought about that, and I've only had that happen to me one other time.
I had
And
that weird
again,
neutral this
because
week, which it didn't affect any of my numbers, but it was just annoying to have it there.
yeah, just because I'm a nice guy, I got punked one time
Yeah.
where I saw that I sold an item. It was near Christmas last year. I sold the item. The person, um, they lived in Green Camp, so not too far away from where I'm at. I didn't know if you knew where Green Camp was, Aaron,
Mm-mm.
but that's not too far. And so I sent them a message and gave them the option, rather than me shipping this and for you to be able to get it. It was like the week before Christmas. If you want to pick it up or whatever, we can do that. So she tells me, well, I'll be in Marion because she works in Marion. It's like, oh, she works right
Makes
out there,
sense.
right beside the Goodwill where I was going to be going anyway. I'll drop
Yeah.
it off to you. I still printed the label. She still paid the shipping, but I got dinged because it was never put in for tracking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so here I was being a festive, nice guy at Christmas time,
Hmm.
helping a person out. And
Right.
how
I
about
hear
that
you.
apple?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the video of that ghost on my phone. I think that's just
Yes.
going to be the easiest way for me to show you guys. Just to like play. Let me turn the sound on because, oh, the sound is fantastic. Not really. I'm joking. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
All right. Figure out how to make clay. There we go. Oh, you can't hear it.
It's not
Oh, I
playing.
don't think that was the right video. That's the short one. Shoot. Hang on.
And I'm getting dinged for using that MapQuest.
Karma, man.
I know, right? Fighting me
He got
bad.
you. He got you. All right, let me know when you're ready because I've got it back on a different screen. I'm looking at something different.
Well, I can't figure out. Oh, that is not the right one. That first one must have been it. That's so weird. I know I had a better video or a longer one because it was like 20 seconds. Let me put this in recovery mode and see if it shows me the full video there. I was trying to show you from like my deleted album, but I think it was only showing me part of it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So sound on. Pause that. Go back to the beginning. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
So it's got this bar at the top that shows black lights, which you can't see because I had all the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's climbing the wall.
Yeah. It's motion activated too. So every time you like bumped it or moved, but I had to like hold this like off button. And finally I just took the batteries out. So yeah, it is really cool. To me personally, it's a little annoying. Ken says, Lisa says no more Mr. Nice Guy, Ken.
Yeah. So
but somebody's pretty excited to get it because they paid for it to ship to California from Ohio.
well, good. That was a good quick flip.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So
I was
always
pretty
buy
excited
Jemmy.
about that.
Anything animated, Halloween especially is.
Yeah. Now I sold a lot of like Halloween, like some vintage Halloween masks and decorations on Whatnot. That sold really well for me there. So like a lot of things I sell on Whatnot, I don't get eBay prices for them, but that stuff I did. So that was good. That was a good sale for me. I did not do my Whatnot sale this week, you guys. Usually I do Sundays at 8. I had just barely gotten Tuesdays shipping out on Saturday. And so I was like, I can't do this. Like, I need a break. It was too much. Like, I think because I did a Sunday and a Tuesday show, which I should have just skipped the Tuesday show, but I thought, oh, it's just, vintage wrapping paper still in the package. It'll be easy to ship, no problem. No, it was too much. It was way too much. So I skipped my show this week. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here packing glass right now.
Uh-huh.
You got to be able to keep up.
I should be cleaning my desk while I'm sitting here, but that would be a lot of wrestling around and noise for you guys.
I thought you were going to do like a whole...
I was until I got a migraine, so that kind of like threw a wrench in all of that, right?
Oh.
So, hey, Michael. So, no, I am going to revamp the office. So what you're seeing right here is not going to be here anymore. The couch is going out. I'm bringing in just a rocking chair and a footstool. And I think the curio cabinet is actually going to go in here. I haven't decided yet, but it may go in the outside. I have a little table over here that's kind of like a folding table that I've used as like a permanent table that needs to go. And then none of my storage over here will be there. This behind me is still going to be here. There's nowhere else to put it, but I need to move it that way. Everything's opposite here. So I need to move it that way because when Elizabeth swings in the doorway, she actually gets really close to that shelf. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a doorway like right. Whoops.
You can't see it, there. But I know I've seen you go in and out of it.
You can see the frame of the doorway on that corner right there. And you can kind of almost see her equipment right there. That blue and gray part. That is a swing that hangs in the doorway for her. so that she can soothe herself.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to swing. Personally, for me, swings upset my stomach, so I have nothing to do with that. But she swings so hard she can touch the ceiling, and it just is like the greatest thing in the world for her. So I don't know.
That's cool.
I know I've said it off and on a couple of times, but Elizabeth has autism and ADHD, and so she has some sensory processing issues and things like that. And so every once in a while, she just needs to like turn her brain off and move. And that movement, I think, partially from the centrifugal force of it, partially from the back and forth of it, and just kind of like the combination of the constant click, because that swing also makes a clicking noise. I think all of that together is nice. It helps her.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot. So but anyhow, that shelf needs to go closer to the painting. You guys can kind of see the painting there. So that shelf is going to be closer to the painting, but it can't move right now because the couch is right up against it. So that couch is I'm going to trade it. There's just like a little seating area in my living room with a rocking chair and a footstool and an end table. I'm going to bring those 3 in here, which will be smaller, and put the couch out there. But the couch is also it's a sofa bed, and we can't use it right now because I have so much stuff in here. Like there's not enough room to even open it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So Ken gave us a link. What's the link to?
That's a Jemmy item, a witch that I have that has a little video, and she stirs the pot and
Nice.
and makes noise.
So you did get a video uploaded for that one.
Yeah, and I have another Jemmy item that the video, I mean, it's been listed for a while, and the video has never posted for it.
Mm.
But,
I'm not quite sure I'm understanding eBay's process on all of that. It doesn't make sense to offer, the video option and then not to post any of them.
Or to take, a week to 10 days to get up, because as soon as you list something, it gets all the views. And because I'll usually put in my listing, see video.
Yeah,
tell about its animation.
Does say see video. Yeah.
So I start getting questions right away. Where's the video? I can't see the video. What? And it's like, well,
I did have someone ask me for the a still picture. They said, well, because all I had done was taking pictures of the boxes, and then I had the video. Well, the video never went up, and so it was like they were like, well, can you at least show us like a picture of it? Okay, here, I'm gonna play the witch video. Can you guys all see it? No, you can't. Hang on. There it is. I'm gonna play. Oh yeah, Michael, those Johnny. So Michael their kid had the Johnny jump up. We had that too. I think it was my middle kid had that one. But yeah, she absolutely loved that one. I do remember that one. That was at our older house. Okay, let's play the video here of Mrs. Witchity Witch. Okay, I'm clicking play, but it's not going. All it wants to do is zoom in. Oh, here we go. Play the video. Oh yeah, she's just as annoying. Oh, yours is a nice long one. Mine was like 20 seconds.
Thank you. Oh.
Along those lines, I'm glad you did a close up, because I didn't see the eyes lighting up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
And then I have another Jemmy, like a little witch sort of thing, and it has a like a cape on, and it lifts its arms, and it says like trick or treat inside the cape, and it kind of goes up and down, and she says stuff, and that video never uploaded.
Yeah, I'm not sure
which I just now noticed because when I was searching for my Jemmy items.
Oh yeah.
Back in.
So Michael helps run one of those Halloween stores. I can't remember the name of it. Michael, you'll have to help me remember. Excuse me. We do have one that pops up in our town. Spirit store, maybe?
Spirit Halloween or
Yeah.
That's my dream job. Every year I think I should go get a job because they do like, seasonal employment.
Mm-hmm.
I should
Yeah,
go
that's
get a job at the Halloween store. Michael,
yeah.
you're my hero.
That's what
I'm gonna go get something to list.
He gave us a peek last year when they were setting up what it was looking like over there. Okay, so it is Spirit Halloween. Yeah. Very cool. Hello, Shay. Welcome in. We are
What's
just
up, Shay?
chatting a little bit of Halloween, a little bit of
Guess who's
eBay
back
videos and why they don't process.
again? Shay is back.
But I had never heard of that Jemmy brand. I honestly picked up this box because the box looked new, the things inside looked new. I did after opening it, I found that it had been used, but it was still in really good condition, which is why I made the video. But yeah, no, that brand did not ring a bell when I looked at the box. And I didn't even look it up just because I know how well most Halloween sells anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my Jemmy piece sold within a couple hours last night, so that was pretty cool. I was really excited about that. So we have a new car payment, so I need to start selling things like fast like that.
Yes.
Okay, so Michael says, I do it for the fundraiser Spirit of Children. My store was supposed to raise $5,000 for Children's Hospital. We ended up raising $22,000. That's amazing. That was awesome. Marcy, right? Pretty sure it's Marcy. Frugal Peanut. Hello. Welcome. We haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. I have seen you in Chuck's video. So. No, wait, Marcy, you have a channel too, right? Do you post videos or am I missing them? Is the Frugal Peanut still a channel? Yes, Marcy. Okay, cool. Good deal. I try to remember names. I try really, really hard to remember names, and I don't always succeed in that task.
Well, when they're on more often, it's easier to remember.
Mm-hmm.
But like I used to remember them, but now it's like don't see them anymore.
She says she's been AOL. I think she means AWOL.
AWOL.
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
We were discussing Ken's use of AOL earlier. I offered him my random disc over here.
Ooh, it smells funky.
Uh-oh. We can't sell funky, sweetie.
Well, I know that, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my.
But it is a blanket, and that does wash. So I just need to check the comments.
I bought this big lot of American Girl doll stuff last week. We had gone back and forth, and finally the gal sold it to me. I did spend $400 on it. She says, "Yes, I'm confused, old and confused." We did come to agreement finally on $400, and I went to pick it up, and the gal that was running the estate sale, we took the 2 boxes out to my van, and she goes, "Hang on, there's one more," and it was a plastic tub, it had the lid on it and stuff. And she said, "Don't open this until you're ready to wash it." And she handed it to me.
Oh.
I was like, she's like, "It's more American Girl doll clothes. When you're ready to wash it, open it up." And so when I opened it, I was like, it wasn't bad. I'm not sure what she smelled when she opened it. Some of the light colored pieces you could tell had like a little bit of like foxing or molding kind of on them. But I didn't smell anything. And I knew there had been a cat in that house that had sprayed because we had removed some boxes. And I'd helped her switch some of those out, the boxes that were smelly. And so I was afraid that it was like gonna smell like cat pee or something, but it wasn't. It wasn't as bad as she made me think it was gonna be. Michael says that was creepy. Ken sounded just like the AOL mail notification. You did that so well.
Well, okay, here's something about that. So my girlfriend was watching the newest podcast, and she said, "You know, you have a nice voice on the podcast."
Mhm.
And then she proceeds with, or not proceeds, then she goes on to, you know, in person it's annoying as hell, but it sounds really nice on the.
Wow.
Gee, thanks, honey.
So, would you like to continue dating just on a podcast?
Well, they're 32 years in at this point, so I think this is going to continue for a little while.
Yeah, I think we're kind of.
Oh my gosh.
What did I do here?
Yeah, that is hilarious. But you can tell you've been together long enough for her to say that to you, and it's okay.
Yes.
Me and Kelly still keep it very nice.
No, I will say Tim and I razz each other pretty good a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of the time.
You have to.
Yeah, we never do that. We haven't.
So I was
gotten to that yet.
pretty like, I wouldn't say like I was like a stick in the mud, but I was like pretty straightforward. You know, I had 2 kids. I was working full time. I had just come out of a divorce when Tim and I met. And so like I, you know, was really focused on what I had to do. There was so much that I was responsible for. And part of my attraction to him was like, he was like so chill and funny and like, you know, just it's okay, we can relax and have a good time right now. You know, I know you have all those things to do, but you can focus on having fun, you know, for a little bit.
Yeah.
So like that was a big part of it. And so with my kids, you know, obviously we played and we joked and things like that, but not to a huge degree. And so they thought Tim was just the greatest because, you know, like he's let them swear and they would tell jokes. And like every once in a while, Kayla, because Kayla was like 2 when we met. So she's, you know, he's always just kind of been around for her. And every once in a while she'll say something and I'll be like, I can tell Tim raised you. And she's like, yep. I'm like, oh geez. The sarcasm. Holy moly.
I'm looking at this blanket online, and this person has the same blanket. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do so similar. And then their shipping is $4.50.
That's first class.
Oh, wow. That seems cheap.
Somebody going to get stuck with some shipping fees.
Right. Somebody in California is going to end up buying all that is what's going to happen. Thrifty Lobster, welcome in. Hello.
I used to keep, you know, try to do some of that where I would have show a low shipping cost to try to entice the buyer. And then I would build like what I thought was going to be the difference in shipping. Like, let's say if it went out to California into my price, but that was early on and it just got confusing and it was hard to keep track of and it was hard to take offers on things because take an offer and that's going to chew into that shipping and you know, you offer $4 shipping and it's $12 priority mail out to California.
Okay, so Gail, you're gonna have to keep Ken in for just a minute. Keep Ken in line there.
This is pretty cool. I like this one. Do these blankets still sell? Or like crocheted blankets?
I just sold like a granny square Afghan thing the other day. Yeah, similar to that, not a chevron pattern, but it was like a granny square sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just sold one the other day. It was only up for about maybe less than 2 weeks.
Wow. Well, I got these like at an estate sale, I remember a long time ago. And I've been trying to pop up quickie. Hey, Harry, what's going on? He's going to pop up a quickie. Anyway, I'm gonna have to wash these because they've been sitting around for way too long in that tote. And if they come out clean, great. I guess I don't know. Would you sell your granny square one? The granny squares do really well.
I took a best offer at $50. It
Okay.
was up for like 65. I had no clue what it was worth
Mm-hmm.
because it was, handmade and there was not another one like it, but I just went with an average cost of others.
Yeah.
And there's a story on that. I had a lady message me and said, because I didn't have offers on it. And she sent a message and said, I want to send you an offer, but I'm embarrassed because it's lower than what your price is. And I was like, no need to be embarrassed. You send me an offer. If it's too low, I'll counter offer and we'll meet somewhere in the middle. And so I went in, I turned on best offers and sent her a message. Hey, best offers are on. Send me an offer. Let's see what we can do. Maybe an hour or two later, I get an offer through for $50. And it's like, well, that's not too low. And so I
Mm-hmm.
accepted the offer. Then when I went to ship it, turns out it wasn't even the person that sent me the message in the first place.
Oh no.
Just probably because I had turned on best offers.
Yeah.
Now it was getting a little more,
Yeah.
traction.
You increased your interest in it.
And the beauty part is I only paid 50 cents for it at a
Oh heck yeah.
Gail, I'm going to have to go out and come back because things on my screen are locking up.
Okay.
And
Before you
so
do,
I thought I had fixed it and I did not. And so I'll be back.
Erin, are these crocheted or knitted?
That's crochet.
And this?
Is crochet.
Thought so. Okay.
Be right
I
back.
always get confused. She's like,
Well,
that's knitted. And I'm like,
when you
ooh.
get back, you'll have to tell us how you know that because I wouldn't know that either.
Because I crochet and knit.
And so what's the
Still,
difference?
Yeah.
Needles.
Duh. Just go and come back.
Yeah, you're not being helpful.
Part of the problem, it's the needle that you use to make the blanket.
Yeah. Anyway, come back and we'll talk.
I'll be back.
The needles. That's funny. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna well, let's see. I'm gonna have to throw these for sure in the. Well, that's okay. So that's one whole tote, 3 blankets. That should be easy. I guess I could photograph them, but I don't want to bother photographing them if they're gonna end up being irreparable. Yeah.
Were you going to wash them first?
I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, do not photograph them before you wash them.
Yeah. So I'm going to do it like on a gentle cycle. I just need to see if I can get that musty, just an older smell out of them.
Maybe I should jump in the washer. Get rid of that old musty smell.
I was going to say, are you old and musty? What do you mean you're far behind? Okay, so I haven't listed anything, but I have increased my donate pile. That's good.
That is.
I really just don't want to work anymore.
You're getting close. What, 6 months?
Yeah.
And you're done?
5 months. Kelly wants to quit too, but he can't. And I'm like, just hang in there. And I'm like, I need to do the same thing. Dang it. I don't know why. But I have so much inventory. Like we did that clean out garage that I mentioned.
Uh-huh.
And we haven't done it all, but I was like, oh my God, there's all this stuff I still have of inventory in the garage. I haven't even listed. It's just not in a designated spot. It just kind of pops up. So it's a struggle. And I have a whole spare bedroom full of random stuff between my stuff, personal and listing. So I got to go in that room and see what I have. I haven't had any sales. None.
I'm trying to work on my shipping. I usually have my shipping done before now. I've got like
Yeah.
going out today, which for me is really good on a random, Tuesday to Wednesday sales to have 6. I'll take that.
Yeah, I have none going out today, which means I had none yesterday.
And
So that's not on any site.
I'm normally done with my shipping by now, but I took that that self-employed reseller advantage of, I don't feel like getting up this morning. I'm just going to lay here in bed for a while.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, rather than getting up and getting started, I laid there for a bit. Now, of course, I'm behind, but
Yeah.
I've got all day. What else am I going to do?
Right, exactly.
So I don't know if Harry's still here or if he had to go back to work, but now my phone's ringing, so hang on.
Okay.
I've been selling a lot of albums lately.
Album?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I bought some a couple good lots of albums.
Yeah.
And man, they just been selling really well, pretty consistent.
Well, that's good. How are you packaging them?
Here's what I do.
Yep.
Oh, so
This Alice Cooper. I don't know if you can see
your mic went down, Ken.
Okay, it's probably me being far away from it.
Okay.
So I put bubble wrap around mine,
Uh-huh.
and it's in a plastic sleeve as well.
And what's that box? You bought that box?
Yeah, these are.
eBay has those. I think Uline does too.
Yeah, eBay has them if you want to pay like $1 million for them. They're ridiculously priced on there.
Or use your coupon.
I bought these even with a coupon.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be more than other folks. So, yeah, I bought these especially to send out the albums. And
where'd you get them from?
I got them from somebody on eBay. I don't know the store.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up.
Just not the eBay branded ones.
Yes.
So Michael said, back to where we were talking about, what you put in for your shipping costs. He says shipping is a tax deduction. So if you're not charging enough shipping, you're cheating yourself out of money there. Marcy says, yes, the blankets still sell. Absolutely, they do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is Harry still here? Okay, Lisa says she's home and settled. Picture time. Do y'all want to see my new car? Van? My new van. So I had a van. We bought another van. But I bought a newer van that has less issues. The only problem is it comes with a car payment. I haven't had a car payment for 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and car payments these days are way more than they used to be.
Yeah, it was a little pricey. And of course, I didn't want a cheap van. I wanted the van with everything, right?
Yes.
So it's not my dream van. It is a couple years old, which was fine. I didn't mind that. I can't afford what I want brand new. It's not the top of the line, but we kind of compared what I thought I wanted to what this one was, because this one was actually a decent deal for today's car market. And so I'm happy with it. Let's go with that.
Yeah, it looked really nice in the pictures you had put up.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So we got a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. And it has 44,000 miles, which is not bad at all. And they did give us a discount so that we could put new tires on it, because my husband's like, these tires need to go. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Michael says, my car used to be $500 a month. It's nice, paid off now 4 months ago. Yes. Isn't that nice when you get those paid off? My car payment's not going to be quite that much, just because of our down payment. But let me just tell you guys, we grew up fairly poor. I mean, not like living on the streets, but we grew up poor. My young adult life was poor. This will he says 2018 is newer than any of my cars. When my ex-husband was in the military, so when we were married, when I was married to him, he was in the military. And starting out, his paycheck, and I'm not kidding you guys, but you think this is in 1995. His paycheck was $543 twice a month. So it wasn't even every 2 weeks where like sometimes you get that extra check in a month.
Yeah.
It was twice a month.
Mine was $940 once a month.
Yeah. So about
early
we had a little
90s
bit
when I
more.
used to drive to and from Galveston. It was like an hour one-way drive.
Yeah.
And I mean $940 take home a month.
And our rent was $450. And there was 3 of us.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we had some benefits. You know, obviously we had military health care and things like that. But we didn't have a vehicle at that time. I had to ride the bus and take the trolley with my infant, toddler, stroller, diaper bag, you know, all of the things. We were in California where gas was a astronomical $1.30 a gallon. But again, we didn't have a vehicle.
Yeah, for sure.
The color on that, actually, I had to laugh. The last 2 vans I've had have been white, and this one they just had red and black. So, and I can't remember why my husband picked the red one. There was some feature on it that was different than the black one. And then we went. So it's kind of a weird story, but anyhow, my husband's truck, because we brought home, yes, the lower ranks of military, basically slave labor, yes, and that's where we were. Unfortunately, he had been demoted, so that was not helpful. But so
I want to hear that story.
No, it's stupid. It's so annoying. So anyhow, Tim dropped off his truck so that we could test drive the van. So we actually test drove the van for a couple of days before we bought it. And so when we went to pick up his truck and I pulled up next to it, all of a sudden it dawned on me, my van and his truck are now the same color. That's the color of his truck.
Really?
It's okay.
And it didn't occur to me before I pulled up there, and I was like, oh my gosh, we match now. So it's kind of cute. So the military story. Justin went into the Navy in some sort of nuclear program, and I don't know exactly what it was. I was like very young, had an infant.
Please say he caused a meltdown.
No, he cheated at school.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not fun.
So
make something up. Entertain us, Aaron. Make up a story of how.
So when you go in that program, you go in, first of all, you go into basic training with rank. When you come out, you gain another rank. And then once you pass like part of your schooling, so he was probably E4 or E5, and got demoted down to E2. 1, 2, that's somewhere tough. Around there. But it was, it is funny, I know. So it was incredibly frustrating. I really wanted to strangle him. So yeah. But we made it work. It's, we survived. We didn't live on the streets, you know. I do want to tell you though, at $543 twice a month with a 3-person household. And at that point, at some point we got a car. I mean, it was barely a car. But I went and applied for food stamps in California. And because we owned a vehicle, we could not get them.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they won't, you know, agencies won't help you if you have any assets.
Yeah. So they wanted us to sell the car first.
I wouldn't have told them I had a car.
Well, I didn't know that would be an issue. I mean, obviously I need a car to get to the grocery store to use the food stamps, right? So yeah, that was incredibly frustrating. We did qualify for WIC, which was it's food assistance, and then there was also on base, there were food pantries. So, again, we made it work. We cloth diapers and did what we needed to do to manage everything. So, but what I was getting at, so really what I was trying to say was we were poor, and in no way in my life at that point would I have ever imagined that I would have a house, a business, and be able to afford that van, let alone all of the necessities that we have. You know what I mean?
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I haven't done it on my own. Tim and I have done this together. So, but it is an incredible luxury, that van. We should take a tour. Who wants a tour of the van? Does anybody, or is it just me?
Do what?
Does anybody want a tour of the van, or is it just me?
I don't know. I mean,
all right, let's go tour the van then.
You want to show the van off? Show the van off.
Oh yeah, I want to show off the van.
What? Do it.
Hang on, let me find the.
It's on. This show's on your channel. You get to choose.
This is my channel. We're gonna go tour the van, you guys. Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can get you all on my phone. I tried this once before. Remember when we toured the treehouse? Who was here for that?
I was not.
We toured the treehouse, and it was quite a challenge because I kept deleting myself. Oops, I put can tour. It's going to be a van tour. Here we go. Are you ready for this? There's two of me. Sorry about that. Oh, what did I do? Okay, can you hear me now? Without the echo?
Yes.
Or do you still hear it?
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Okay, hang on. I'll turn the camera on. I was trying to turn the camera around. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need the key for the van. I think I locked it. Hang on, you guys. Let me get my act together here. What do we think I did with the keys? Oh, you know what? I left my purse in here. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm going to go take my friends on a tour of the van. As soon as I find the key. It's not. It's in my purse, which is in my room. Because I chucked it in here last night. I was in a hurry. Okay. Hang on, guys. We're going to go out the front door this time. We definitely need to tour the van before I start hauling stuff in it, and then it gets messy. Oh, it's raining. Or it
starts to rain. Is it raining there?
It is raining. Dang it.
Yeah, it's on its way here.
Dang it. We're going to tour the van in the rain, though, guys. Did it come back on yet? The camera?
No.
No? There it is. So there's the old van, and there's the new van.
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely looks more new.
Watch this.
Hey, Sal, how's it going?
Like, I don't even have to use my own hands to open the door.
Lisa, I love minivans.
Okay, so we have all leather seats. This one's heated in the back. We're going to take a tour of the back first. Look at this. This is ridiculous, you guys.
Wow, heated seats in the back. Oh,
Yeah,
with video screens. Nice.
Videos, headphones. Look at this. Who would have ever thought you needed an HDMI plug in your van?
In the back seat. That's cool.
In the back seat. It's crazy. So there's two of those. There's one over there too. So I brought my little vacuum out here because I was going to clean it because there's an outlet in here, but this outlet is not powerful enough for a little vacuum. It's only for like charging phones. But there's like a household outlet in here. I don't know what you call those.
Just a 110.
Yeah, so 115 I think it says. This is 115. Anyhow, there's all kinds of. These floors lift up, and then this seat just totally folds down in there so that it's flat. there's the front. That screen there does everything. Like, I just could not believe. And then it's like got a push button start. Like, it's not even. This isn't even a key. It's just a little doodad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a fob.
So you can kind of see like that seat right there is folded into the back there. So all these seats just fold down. I don't have to take any of them out.
Yeah, Lisa, that's why those are good to have. Chris is right. I got a minivan because when you fold the seats out, Aaron, do you have to take out the middle seats?
No.
They fold in as well?
Yeah, this is my third row.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
And this is my second row. And this one folds down into there. Like that part lifts up.
Yeah, okay. I wanted one of those, but I couldn't afford it. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so the back to the third row would fold into the floorboard, and I just removed the second row. So I figured, like, worst case, someone needed to sit, you'd have it. But like
my old one did that.
Yeah, but Lisa, you could fit like a queen size mattress flat in there. So like those four so much. To me, it's better than the truck.
What are you using your van for then, Gail?
Well, camping. I had to help my daughter move from her dorm to her apartment. So but I actually was thinking, and not only can I haul stuff in it, but I can do it as a like car camping.
Yes.
I never did that though.
You guys, this is the gear shift.
Oh.
It's a knob.
Yeah.
It just
wow.
Yeah, see?
That makes me nervous, shift. Those things.
Why?
Hey, Aaron, show your key fob. Show your fob a little closer on the camera. And turn it around at different angles. I was looking to see. Yeah, there's a key in that too.
Yeah, that button.
That button that flips out from the side, where your thumb is.
There's nowhere to put a key.
No, there's a key as part of it. There's a key in that.
That?
Yeah. Like it goes. You can use it to unlock your door, right, Ken?
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, the batteries were dead. You could still.
It's you. How smart are you? There's a key in there.
Yeah.
That's what happens when people use MapQuest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's nowhere to put a key because that's my
in the door. In the door.
To unlock your door.
So it would just unlock the door.
In case your key fob was the battery died or something, you could still get in the car.
Okay.
And I gotta give credit there to Chris, Cajun Reseller. He's the one that said that the real key is hidden in the fob. So there you go. Now you know. Now you got a new surprise with your new van.
All right, I'm gonna climb in the front seat and start this. So you guys, all the stuff that happens when you start this thing. Okay. There's like, it says key fob not detected. It's here. I promise. Push button with key fob to start. What?
Did you put the key back?
That was weird. It made me touch the key fob to the button. But look, like all of my stuff is digital on the screen.
Yeah.
And then I have apps in my car, guys. Look at this. I have like 3 pages of apps.
That's cool. Yeah.
That
techie stuff. That's the reason I would want to get a new car.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And
very
the leather's pretty too, My old car has leather seats and they do fold down, but not like this one does. Cause like this one, like the seats move out of the way, and then the other one I had to like fold up the floorboard to get them to go in, and this one it just like lifts up. It's just so much nicer. Look,
Chris
there's like USB ports, like there's like 20
everywhere.
USB ports in here.
Yeah.
And a Blu-ray player.
She got up in that Blu-ray player. Yeah, Lisa, I had a I had a SUV when my kids were little. I don't know why.
I
Like
can open
it
all my
wasn't.
stuff here.
I wasn't anti minivan. I just didn't think or know about them. And
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself. If I had kids today, I 100% would get a
Yeah.
minivan.
Oh my gosh. Even when my kid, like, I'm down to one kid left at home, right? Oh, there's my pretty slippers. And I will always drive a minivan. I don't know, like, yeah, I'll always drive a minivan.
Yeah, they drive like a car. You know,
Yeah.
definitely just worth it.
Do y'all want to see my inventory in my garage?
I feel your pain there.
No. We really won't go through all that, but there's a little
Maybe
peek at it.
maybe we'll feel better about ourselves.
Yeah. Suddenly my day's not so bad.
I have cases of tag-alongs.
Ooh, those are the best.
And she's gone. Oh well. Okay.
Y'all still there?
We are now. You disappeared.
What was that? Something must have happened inside. Anyhow, there.
Her reception's not good in her garage. Okay, cool. I have officially made Labor Day reservations to go camping. Check that off my list.
Nice.
I am not working. Let me go in the other room and grab some more inventory.
Oh, so I get to run the show.
Yeah, hey, just you. Well, I mean, there's Erin. She's back.
Okay,
Okay,
so, like,
everybody
what happened?
turn out the lights. When they come back in, we'll yell surprise and jump out. Oh, Aaron's already here. Never mind.
Lisa says, now I'm not ashamed. It's bad, I know. I'm a piler, and so I just kind of like keep stacking stuff. It's not really, I mean, I know where everything is, but it's not very organized. Okay, Lisa says, so many antique furniture curb alerts I'm missing out on because I don't have space in my car. You need a van. Yep. Need a van for sure. That's so funny that there is a key in that fob with no button.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sal. I appreciate that.
Hey, Sal. What's up, my friend?
Welcome in. Lisa says, how many do you all have listed? Like, how many listings have we put up today? I haven't put up any today. And I have to pay for that van, so I better get to work.
Yeah, I haven't listed anything yet. I'm still doing my packing for the day, but if you are asking how many we have in our store,
but does that mean how many do we have listed, like, in my store or today? We need clarification. Michael says, my Camaro fob is like a switchblade.
yeah.
Oh, flips out the side. Yes, I have seen those. Those are cool. Oh, yeah. Lisa says, how many have you listed today? So,
Zero.
it's big fat zero.
Between today and yesterday, I've listed 0.
Yeah. Gail is the only one being productive at the moment.
At the moment. Okay. I know we're not all clothing sellers, but
Right.
with these vintage silver tab Levi's sell.
Yes.
They're
Acid wash, absolutely.
men's 31, 32. These were my ex-husband's. Like, he literally wore them, I remember, in the 90s when we were married.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those will sell.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
Because that acid wash is coming back.
Yeah, it's just not, it's got fraying.
That's
So
okay. That's the look, man.
Rosie's closet. That's why I kept it, because I was thinking,
Crystal.
stonewash, whatever. Okay, Erin, you're good to explain, besides this type of needle, how you know one thing is a crochet versus a knit. Just by
Yes.
looking at the actual item.
Yes. So you have to look at the stitches. And I've lost the chat. Where's the chat? There we go. There's a recall on it. They keep trying to get me to change.
Huh?
Chris said that his Camaro key, there's a recall on it because they flip out like switchblades.
Oh, yeah. Kelly's does that too.
I think,
Sold.
yes, you need a van. Everybody needs a van. Absolutely. Vintage denim is always a seller. Yep. I've sold some of that acid wash too. Hi, Crystal. Welcome in. So we're all at 0 today. So we're slacking. Gail's about to list some jeans though.
Yep.
Okay, so because I do both of those crafts, I know what the stitches look like. And if you ever look like at a sweater and it's got those V-shaped stitches, that is knitting. And it takes, 2 needles to do that. And then the crochet is always going to have like a twist to it or a wraparound, or they're just bigger, chunkier stitches. It's all the only way I can explain it, unless you're looking at a doily, and then those are typically crocheted also. But those are teeny tiny little threads. So you can't really see the stitches.
I'm more visual.
Yeah. Next week, bring samples.
I can go grab some samples. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
All right, so this exact same pair, sold for $58.
Sweet.
Different size, 34-32 versus 31-32s. But let's see if it has any. I don't know. This one looks a little different, the logo and stuff, but that's okay. It's all right by me.
Can you still hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Very little. It's very faint.
Okay.
It's got to be a mic setting where you can pick up better from a distance. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. 31 waist is hard to find. I just thought it might be harder to sell because most people aren't 31 anymore. Sexy single female in search of a good van, not man, van. Ain't nobody got time for the latter unless a said man has a van. Funny.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Great.
And the sound is good and it's not overpowering?
No, it's not too loud. It's not too quiet.
Good. I might move my mic there from now on.
Well, now I can't hear you.
Well, we're going to say that's your fault. No.
Okay. Did you have to tilt your head up?
Apparently.
Is there a what is that called?
Like the gain setting?
The gain, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get a better position for this.
Okay, let's see. Vintage.
Okay, how we doing now?
Great. Silver tab, baggy, light wash, denim.
Uh-oh, why is Lisa asking what happened?
I was playing with my microphone trying to figure out a better position for it,
Oh.
and I think that's probably what the
Unless the man has a van. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one was
Okay,
fun.
so let's talk crochet first. This is a crochet that's called amiguri, and it's just like a really small crochet stitch.
Single
And
stitch.
yeah, so it's got kind of that V. It does have that V like you see in a knit, but it also has an X that goes through there.
okay.
I don't know how these are. It's a single crochet basically, but knit will never look like this. It looks
Okay.
like a bunch of knots next to each other.
What
So
does the crochet looks like knots, or the knit
yes,
does?
no, the crochet. This is crochet.
Yeah.
So it's got all these
Okay.
little knots. Now crochet can also be longer, taller stitches like this.
Mm-hmm.
And see how they kind of like make this is called a shell because it looks like a little shell. You'll never see knit very, very rarely has any openings in between it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
that's
this is
3
all
double
crochet.
crochet.
Um, this is just a different crochet, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's got the spaces between it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But this one you can kind of see this is one crochet stitch right there. And so you see how it's all kind of twisted and woven together. You won't see
Gotcha.
that with knit.
It's
Almost
a
looks
That's
like
double,
a chain.
like a
that's all
double
crochet.
crochet. Yeah.
All right. Knit, you're going to see V stitches like these. See how there's a bunch of V's in a row?
Yeah. But
This is the back side of this. So this is the front side of the knit where you see the V's. And this is the back side where you just see it's kind of crossing over. But if you flip it over, then those are opposite of each other. So
they
then
don't
this
look
is
like
the back
these.
of the V and this is the V's.
But they
But
don't
with
look like these.
you don't see the chain of V's right there?
I do, but when you flip it, like the ones that's indented,
Right.
those I don't see the V's on the other side.
Oh, so it literally just like, so there's the front of it and this is the V on the back. It's just the very opposite of what you just saw.
Okay.
Interesting.
So basically that there's a front and a back to the knit, and most of the time you're going to see the V's, but when you see that in between, it just means that they've done the V's on the other side.
Okay.
So it's called a knit and a purl. The purl is the sideways and the V's is the knit.
Huh.
Cool. So
Okay.
now I know what to do is next time I find an item like that, I'll just snap a picture and send it to Aaron and say, is this crocheted or knitted?
Because I mean, even here you can see the V's all through the shape of that too.
Yeah, because I thought I had a dress that was real intricate, and I asked you, and you said it was crocheted, and I'm like, I mean knitted. I thought. And I was like, okay, well, I thought it had holes. Let me see what I got in here.
Okay, so here's Michael's explanation. He says crochet is a hooked needle and knitting is not hooked. So crochet is more dynamic than knit. Knitting,
Yeah,
you need 2 needles, and crochet, you just need the 1 hook.
yeah, we were just trying to find out what the end product looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
would
like
still
once
probably.
it's done, how you know it's crocheted or knitted.
So on this
I,
one, the V's are going sideways, and the purls are going up and down.
I
So you
see
can't
holes.
hardly see them. But if you dig in, if you dig in and stretch it just a little bit, you can find those V's.
Mm.
There they are. So that's just the front and the back of the knit.
Well, thanks. I'm still a little not sure. I see holes in that one.
Yeah, but look at the V's. You will
I see
never
the
see
V's there.
you will never see that shape of a V in a crochet.
You only see it on the top of the stitch of a
yeah,
crochet.
because they both really look close to me. I would, if I were writing a description, I would still be confused on both of those.
Put them
Now,
next to each other.
do you
So
think?
that's crochet.
So, do you think? Let's say I found a a blanket or a piece, and I put in there that it was a knitted blanket and it was actually crocheted, do you think that people look at that and go like they would ding me on that as far as no, this isn't knitted, it's
Not as
crocheted?
described.
Depends on what they're looking for.
Well, you could
This,
put knitted, crocheted in the title and let them pick.
Yeah. I like it.
I've seen that too. I've seen people do that.
Well, yeah, some people don't know, right?
Right. So a knit item is typically going to take longer to make and might have more value for somebody that knows the difference between knitting and crochet. It's going to have a different look to it. Michael says the only thing I still do is macrame. So it just depends on your buyer. Like if you want to be sure what it is, you're always welcome to send me a message. I'm, very responsive on Instagram. So, but if you want to be correct, you should, take a look at it and even Google knit example, crochet example, you know what I mean? And you'll get a gazillion pictures. You can figure it out. But yeah, so that's the biggest difference is that V shape is you're only ever going to see that in the knit. Crochet is going to have a lot of times it'll have, so look at this gray stitch. Like that is one crochet from the top to the bottom. That is one crochet stitch. So see how it's like all twisted and knotted?
Yeah.
You'll never see that in knit. You'll never see one big long chain.
That's a double crochet,
like
right?
Huh?
That's a double crochet, right?
It's either a double or a triple. I can't remember what the pattern was on that one. Yeah. And then that single crochet is like those little green knots I was showing you guys. So when it's like that, that's all crochet.
Okay.
That might be a half crochet.
These are singles.
Single. Is it single?
Yeah.
That's the kind you use those little stuffed toys with, huh?
It is that amigurumi. Yeah. It's a Japanese word. I can never say it correctly, but so you can kind of see the difference between the crochet and the knit when you look at them right up next to each other like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that V is the biggest telltale sign for sure. I wonder if Google Lens can tell the difference. That's a good question. Now, I mean, if you, let me run it. Let me run this through Google Lens real quick and see what comes up. I'm going to do the two pieces I just showed you, the light green and the blue. So on that single crochet one, it did bring up crochet pictures. And the knit one brought up the pattern that I actually used to make this. So yeah, Google Lens can tell the difference.
Impressive.
Yep. So that is really funny that it brought up the exact pattern for that.
Very impressive for sure.
That's funny. So see, I make hats and jar covers. And
now, why would you need to cover your jar?
With to make it pretty.
Oh, okay.
Scarves. my high state colors.
Get the whole ensemble there.
Blankets. Ooh, I think that one needs washed. Elizabeth, where did you have this? I think she's got her. Oh, that one needs washed. That one's funky. That one should have been in the funky box. I didn't smell it until I lifted that whole big thing up.
The funky box is in the washing machine right now.
Right? So this is my crochet scarf. And this is my knit scarf. This is my funky little angled. Oh, I don't know if I can get on over the hat. Yeah, I can. There we go. This is my faux collar scarf.
Oh, that's cool. Snazzy.
I think I have it on backwards. All right. what's going on here? Oh, my hair's stuck on it. There we go. So anyhow, yeah. So I make all kinds of scarves and stuff. I make stuff.
That's hilarious.
That's what Ken makes. Ken makes labels.
Yeah.
She said my mom used to crochet toilet roll covers. Those were so popular for so long. My mom made those too for the guest bathroom. Yeah, stealing wears them hats. Yep, they were. They were just stretchy enough to put on as a hat. I don't sell them. No, this is a keep my hands busy, keep me out of trouble kind of habit. I do not sell them. I have in the past. I've sold some of my scarves that I can make a little bit faster, but I'm not very fast at it, and so it would be really expensive to have to make up for my time to be able to make that work for sales. But no, I just make them and leave them in piles around the house. Apparently, Elizabeth's blanket was sitting in a pile somewhere. I think the cat's got to that one. That needs to go in the wash.
Speaking of that, I sold a Tommy Hilfiger like motorcycle embroidered shirt. It's pretty cool. It took a while to sell because I was asking too much, but I sold it for like $35. It's been hanging nicely, long sleeve pressed shirt. Went to go get it out of the closet, started folding it up to put it in there because I'm like, it's hung up, don't need any attention. And when I did an extra fold, I noticed a ton of cat hair, and I'm like, how in the hell did this happen? I've been trying to keep it like unwrinkled and everything this whole time, and it must have like
it or something.
Well, I had boxes in the closet, so it must have like folded on top of the box, and the cat landed on it. But I don't know if y'all know this trick or not, but if you have cat hair or pet hair in anything you buy or whatever, if you get those gloves, you know, those little gloves you wash dishes with and stuff, some people use those. If it's got kind of like that rubber feel, not a real slick rubber, but like a drag to it, you put that on and you just press and rub on whatever you're trying to get the hair out of, whether it's a couch or any fabric, it comes right out. It just rolls up.
Good tip. Good to know.
Yeah. Some people say to kind of like wet the glove, but I've never had to. But don't get the slick one. Get one that has some drag to it, because it'll actually pull the hair out of the fibers. Like a lint roller, I started on that shirt with that. I was like, no way in hell. Like it would, even if it got a lot of it, it would have used a lot of tape. But it also doesn't get them like if they're embedded in the fibers. But this stuff just pulls it right out.
So is that the one? It looks like a hot pad glove. It's like the silicone.
You know, like the cleaning gloves that you use in your kitchen or whatever.
Yes,
that.
Yeah, just like a rubber glove, like yellow colored ones.
Yeah.
So I'm allergic to latex. I can't use those.
Well, just any kind of.
We have silicone.
Any kind of, yeah. I mean, there might be some silicone out there. Just like I think the key is that like if you put it on something and you rub it and it's got some drag to it, that's the key.
That's a good.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere on Pinterest or something. I was like, let me try it, because I had a chair Chloe would sleep on all the time, and I was like, holy cow!
Yeah,
what a game changer!
That's funny. Okay, I own this shirt in a different color, and I really liked it, and so I bought more on eBay, but this one feels like small, but it's the same size, same brand.
Yeah, that's always kooky.
Yeah.
Two shirts of the same brand and they're not the same.
And it feels like the exact same fabric. It's just a different color. That's okay. We'll make it work. It is the smartest thing ever. It is a cardigan made out of t-shirt fabric. And so like it's just a little chilly in my house from the air conditioner, and it's like putting on a long sleeve t-shirt. But it's a cardigan.
Cool.
Old Navy. They should have made more of these. They don't even make them anymore. I had to get it on eBay. Imagine that.
Well,
Okay,
there's
you guys,
cardigans all over the place. I just donated a bunch.
all I have done is add to the mess on my desk now because there's now scarves and hats.
Okay. We'll give you a minute to go put those back.
Well, we appreciate the tutorial.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was thinking that the other day. I pulled out stuff and it's like, you know what? If I would just put the tape back where it was when I picked it up to use it.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the problem, man.
Yes.
Just
anytime I'm at a yard sale and I see like a tape gun,
yeah,
you know, I buy them if they're cheap, and so I have like tape guns and tape measures and stuff all over the house. So even when I set one down, sometimes I set one down on top of another one.
Oh, that is interesting, Michael. So he says, look to see if they're made in the same country. Bangladesh will fit smaller than Sri Lanka, which is different than Japan or China. They convert their metric to US standard and each one is different.
Ah, very good.
Very interesting. I will talk about that. All right. I will talk about that. I will look into that. I will check the tags. Lisa says, talk about coincidence. I just got an offer on a cruel embroidery picture frame, a statue of David head bust. Crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. It's craft day, right?
Did you take the offer, Lisa? Was it a good offer or a low baller?
Yes. That's what we need. That's what we need to know. So Jen's Multiverse. You guys probably, if she popped in here, you would know her. She sells on, well, obviously she has her YouTube channels, but she sells on Whatnot. And so I was in her Whatnot sale the other day because she had clothes in my size that she was selling. And so I asked, or I don't know, we were chatting more than she was selling, and there were some fun people in there. But anyhow, somehow we got on the subject of hobbies. And so I sew also.
Okay.
Fun facts about Erin today. So I sew and I crochet and I knit. And she said when she came in here, she was gonna hey Cameron. She said she was gonna stop by today and we would talk more about sewing. So Ken, there's a message for you.
Ah, I found the ever elusive Mr. Bill business card. Nice. Put that in a safe place. Do you have like a lockbox at the bank or anything like that?
Oh no, Mr. Bill.
That's a keeper. Those are rare, I hear.
There's not many of them out there. The only time actually I handed them out was at the reseller rally. And some folks just discarded them to the wind like
there's Jen.
There's Jen's Multiverse.
She's been watching how to sew videos.
Jen.
You know, if I could sew, I would be dangerous. I've tried, because I'm a pretty multi-talented, crafty person, and I always have wanted to know how to sew.
Yeah.
And I have like a really nice sewing machine that does embroidery and everything, you know, programmable. You can load stuff into it, and
wow.
Nice.
I wasn't pointing fingers, Cameron, but it was, yeah, I would love to know how to sew, because I would just be able to do all kinds of stuff.
My problem with sewing is I'm a wing it kind of person. I'm the same way with anything. So I'm like, oh, it looks straight, and that's good enough, you know? And it doesn't work out that way with sewing or woodworking.
No.
Like, it's going to be crooked.
So there's a YouTuber, her name's Bernadette Banner, and she has a YouTube channel wwhere she
Does
talks
she
about
turn into the She-Hulk by any chance?
No.
Okay.
She talks, hang on one second. She started out with historical sewing and things like that. And she still does that. That's mostly what her channel is about. She has a very kind of vintage antique aesthetic that that she carries through just about everything that she does. But she wrote a book about sewing, and it is the most comprehensive, makes sense sewing for starters book I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've been doing this since I was 13. I highly recommend if you ever wanted to learn to sew, wanted to know more about sewing, fabric, how to choose what you're going to do, that is the book to get.
Bernadette Banners.
Bernadette Banner, yeah. It, even if you're not doing historical sewing, even if you're not doing anything vintage, if you want to know everyday sewing techniques that are useful, her book is the one to get. Now, she doesn't talk a lot about using machines. She talks about hand stitching, fabric choice, project choice, things like that. And so it is, it's things that you need to know before you start sewing, basically.
Yeah,
And I highly recommend it. Now, I've learned to sew on a machine when I was 13, and so I have always had, that machine knowledge. But I avoided hand sewing like the plague. Like, I ran every single stitch through a machine, and that was not the way to do it. You need a combination of both skills in order to be an effective creator, in my opinion. Now, I will say also, on the other hand, you could have no sewing machine and make everything, but you can't make everything with just a machine. You have to have some hand sewing skills. Michael, you're doing it right. That's okay. Hand sewing is absolutely the way to go.
So Lisa made a good sale on that.
What was it?
She took an offer for $99.99.
What?
For that.
Yeah, Jen had a message for you there.
Okay, sorry. That's what I've been trying to do with small sewing projects. But yeah, I tried to make a Bible book cover. Me and a friend got together, and it was just like, oh Lord, thank God it's for a Bible, because God will forgive me.
Okay, so yeah, Lisa said her offer that she got was totally reasonable, listed at $129, took an offer at $99, they paid. Yeah, my offer yesterday, by the way, on that Jemmy piece was one that came with a message that said the buyer has already selected their payment option and you will get paid now if you accept this offer. The address is a business called La Possum.
Lisa, what did you sell?
She sold a crewel embroidery of somebody's bust. Whose bust was
it? Dolly Parton's. No, David.
No. The bust of David.
Yeah.
So it was statue.
Awesome.
Jen says, I can hand sew, but it takes way too long. That is a skill that if you do not practice, will not get any faster. Yeah. Even you can get faster, absolutely, but there is a certain amount of time involved in hand sewing. Absolutely. Crystal says she started sewing at 13 to do it professionally. I did it professionally for a while. I did not enjoy it. I just like to sew what I want to sew when I want to sew it. And so that I was not happy with that. I get when people find out that you sew, they always have something that needs sewn, which is why I say everybody needs to know how to sew.
So you don't have to do it.
So you don't have to do it.
Yeah, hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't know if this is vintage or not. Let's see. No. I hate it when things are questionable for clothing, whether they're for women or men.
Okay, I will show this. Lisa sent a IG in our little group there. And this is what she sold.
Oh, very nice.
I have mine on Do Not Disturb. Let me check it out. Oh, you're showing it. Nice.
Yeah. She does repairs for 3 different resellers as well as making custom dresses. Awesome. As long as you are getting paid what you want paid to do it, that's fantastic. I will tell you, the reason I started sewing is because there were clothes that I wanted that my stepmom thought were too expensive. and that I should just learn how to make them myself. So that's why I started sewing. And I sewed on her 1923 Singer. Was it? I can't remember what year. It's old. It's the metal case with the gold fancy scrolls on it. Now it's electric, so maybe it wasn't a 23. I can't remember the year. For some reason that year's ringing a bell. Anyhow, it had this really nice bright light bulb that shone down exactly where you were sewing. The problem is it got really hot. And one day I wasn't paying attention, went to push my fabric through and just dinged my wrist.
Burnt yourself. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
But I still have the scar from that daggone light bulb.
Wow.
Anyhow, that's why I learned to sew. But between her and my dad, they taught me how to read a pattern, how to pick fabric and thread, what tools I needed. And then just, over the years, I just kind of expanded on that. Obviously with the internet, it was really easy to find things to do. I just hated hand sewing. I didn't have the patience for it when I was younger, and I didn't start that. I mean, to some degree, I could put a couple stitches in something or sew a button back on, by hand, but I was just so much more comfortable sewing on the sewing machine. But lately,
yeah, Cameron, I actually took that same class out of Joanne Fabric, and that's what you did. It was like a basic sewing class.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and I had went. She can already sew. She already knows how, but I wanted to learn. And yeah, you went and they, you picked out a fabric and they showed you how to do those stitches. And
yeah.
And I never applied myself.
Right. Yeah, once you learn the correct techniques for hand sewing, you can certainly do it a little bit faster. I mean, it's always going to be slower than a machine. There's no way around that, but you can certainly be more efficient at it. And she sold a diaper bag too.
Yeah,
exactly. Today.
I'll tell you what, it's about 1:00. I need to move along with my day, get these packages over to the post store or the post office, whichever one I feel like going to. So I am going to bail out for now so I can get that going and then get my listings done for the day. So thank you for having me on. We'll catch you all soon and have a good afternoon.
All right. See ya.
See ya, chat. Everybody in the chat. Goodbye.
Bye. I got like 3 drafts created.
I can never find the button to turn this thing off.
That big red X that says leave.
I know.
It should say exit, right?
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, except when you're the host, if you do that, I think when I did that before, you're like, it shows you're still online. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to end the stream if you're the host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
So I'm super curious, like what the year is on the model. Okay, so that was not a 23 that I was using. It was, because by the time the machine that I have, or the machine that I was using, that was my stepmom's, it doesn't have that big wheel on the side, and it was not set in a piece of furniture. It was an independent piece. But anyhow, it looks like the old ones that we're all used to seeing with the big wheels and the gold scrolls, and the light bulb is incredibly exposed. It's nice and bright, depending on what you replace it with. But yeah, that one, that got me pretty good. But yeah, it's there were gaps in my life where I didn't sew. When I had Nate, again, when we were in California, he was in the Navy, not a lot of money. It actually was cheaper for me to make some of Nate's clothes. And my dad had bought me a sewing machine. So I did pick it up again then. And my mom taught us to knit and crochet when we were gosh, 10, 11 maybe. And I did not have the patience for it then, but it was something that I could pick up again once I was older and like kind of just reteach myself basically.
Yeah.
I had a little booklet and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I couldn't remember how to get started. And then once I got started, I was fine. But yeah, I mean, even if you teach a child, I mean, obviously, and they don't do it right away, I think it's something that stays with them. Being able to sew a button on is an amazing skill that I cannot believe people cannot figure out. Did I
Yeah,
just say that out loud?
I
Sorry.
mean,
Sorry if I offended anybody.
pretty much that's self-explanatory, but
Yeah.
some people
So,
just can't get it.
yeah. Kayla does all of her sewing, hand sewing. She never wanted to.
I can't. Wouldn't have the patience for it.
Where we went.
I don't know. You got quiet on us.
We're having issues today.
I know.
Jen said bye, Erin.
See you, Aaron.
Yeah. No,
Hey, would you bother trying to sell this blanket? Like, it's lightweight and it has no brand on it. It's not a brand.
Is it wool?
I doubt it.
I probably not.
It's super lightweight.
It's like fleece?
Yeah, like a fleece.
No, I wouldn't.
I just put it in my charity bin. I was like, well, let me ask real quick. Dang it. I hate that. It's like, okay, I saw it. I know it was there. I looked at it.
Mm-hmm. I saw the tag. There's a tag on it.
That's what I'm trying to find. There it is. It says machine wash, but it does not have the kind of material. Yep. Okay. Just making sure. It was in my charity box. Give to the donation of the people.
Have you listed anything?
I have like drafts created.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't photographed anything yet. I'm just creating the drafts. I have 5 drafts. That's it. Old Navy jacket.
I was just updating the ticker.
Don't even know. Oh, it still has a tag on it. Maybe I could get something decent for it. I gotta take all the hair off of it. Take the cat hair off. I could sell it as new, huh?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's got the tag on it.
Now, when you lifted up that sleeve, there's a tag underneath there. Is that the liner or is it an actual coat?
It's the Old Navy tag.
Oh, yeah.
$39.94. Says large. Of course, Kelly might wear. I think it's a men's. I wish every article of clothing, shoes and whatever, had men or women on it. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, this is the man's. Never mind. On this one, I know.
No shape to the front of that one, huh?
Well, you know how it is, like the way the buttons button.
Yeah. I can never remember which is which, but I avoid selling clothing at all costs. So.
Yeah, like if the women's gap opens, the way they say is like, if a man is in the driver's seat and he reaches over to like go into her blouse, it would be easy for his hand to slip in, right?
Oh my God, is that how you remember that?
Way, he can't do it, right? And vice versa for the woman to the man's chest. So I had actually had an ugly shirt I sold years ago when I tried to do clothing reselling. Like years ago, like in the 90s. And someone bought it and I sold it. It was a great shirt and they tried to return it and they said it was a man's shirt. And I was like, no, it's not. the way the buttons are. So
That is so funny. I had never heard that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what
did I
other fun facts can I tell you guys now that I'm on a roll? I scrapbook too. I do scrapbooking.
did I tell you I quit litter training my cats?
No, I thought you were gonna like. Are they
Yeah.
not going on the potty?
Yeah. Miss Chloe advanced where she went potty,
Mm-hmm.
not in the bathroom at all. So yeah. So she actually peed in my living room on the floor, and I was like, no, that's it. We're cutting it out. So
Wow.
frustrated. I was so frustrated because DC was doing everything she was supposed to do.
Right. So do you think DC will still go in the potty then?
Well, I keep telling Kelly to keep the seat raised in case she wants to, but she's like addicted to the litter box.
Hmm.
Like she loves to go in as soon as it cycles and it resets, she jumps back in it. Like she just loves to be in there.
So if she has the
So
option, she'll just go in there.
yeah, but I've seen her walk into the bathroom a time or two, and I'm like, oh, that's cool because the lid's up. I told Kelly leave that first lid up, and every time I go in there just to use it, I'm like, okay, well the lid's down, so he's not doing what I need him to do to make this possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no, but that's what I was thinking. Well, maybe she will like when she felt like it or wanted to, and it's just like they went back to their old ways. At least they did. I was a little worried about them
Yeah.
rebelling.
Crystal had a good tip for you there. So your buttons are always on
Yeah.
your right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
makes
that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one
Lisa's
better.
like, oh my God.
Because here I'm like visualizing this dude reaching over to put his hands on my
She was
chest.
like, when you did that, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's what it was. That is true. It's a fact, Aaron.
It is hilarious. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. I should probably go make a sandwich. What were you eating right before we came on?
It was oatmeal. It was breakfast. But I'm actually getting hungry now. So when I eat, it's gonna be lunch. I've been trying to eat more vegetables, but
You sound so thrilled about
it
that.
seems like like I tried low carb straight for a week. And
Yeah.
normally, like when you start a good different way of eating like that has worked for you in the past, you'll lose something in that first week. Usually quite a bit. Usually, especially at my weight, like you might lose 5 pounds. So I did that a whole week and nothing happened. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm going back to vegan because I lost 25 pounds on that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the weight came off pretty quick and then it just started creeping back up a little. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Right?
So I'm like 2 weeks into it and maybe 6 pounds, if that, down, which on the average, it's good. But, it's increased in the last week. So I don't know. I don't know. Don't know, man.
Just hormones, maybe.
I guess. I don't know. It's just being older. Terrible metabolism. Me and Kelly have been looking at hiking videos on YouTube. He wants to hike the Appalachian Trail.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm like, absolutely not.
Listen,
No.
before you ever even think about it anymore, there is a girl, her name is Dixie. And if I think long enough, I can tell you the name of her channel. She hikes the Appalachian Trail. However, she has videos specifically for women and how to deal with life on the trail as a woman with woman needs. Okay.
I don't have woman needs.
But you still need to watch her stuff, even though you don't have that need, like things specifically for women. Okay. So like if you want to talk about it, so like boob sweat, crotch area, going to the bathroom with a bunch of men around, bras, what you need, things like that. Like, she is totally honest about it. Like, you've got to watch her stuff. Homemade Wanderlust. I'm going to get you a link. Hang on.
Well, I'll just look it up because I'm not on the YouTube to get the link, but
okay,
I'll look it up.
Well, I can send it to whatchamacallit, Instagram for you.
I found her. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we've been watching her video because she's got the Triple Crown. Like,
yes.
Yeah. So, like, I'm just like, there's no way because.
But she has videos like that where she's not on the trail, but she's telling you what happened on the trail. I know.
But it's like from March to October is how long it takes through hikers. And those are people who do like 20 miles a day. I'm like, dude, we were hiking the other day at the park and we did like 8-9 miles in 2 hours. And I was like, my feet are killing me. I want to stop. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can't,
Right.
And so when we were there, I was asked the lady, because we wanted to hit every trail that they had at that state park. And I was like, what about this trail? Like, we saw a sign that said Lone Star Trail, but it's not on your map. And it's the only sign we saw with it. It wasn't like a trailhead. And she's like, oh, that's the big trail in Texas. Like, it's at least 90 miles long. And so it goes from like these cities to these cities, and a lot of people will hike it kind of like Appalachian Trail, but on a smaller scale, and volunteers maintain it. And so he's like, well, let's do that. And I'm like, he's like, we could do like 10 miles a day. And I was like, dude, come on. I don't think so, because day 2 and 3, I'm going to be too sore to even walk like a normal person. Right? You can't just get up and go. Okay. So, I mean, he's just like all gung-ho, and I'm like, man, I said, okay, I tell you what, I will do it, but we're going to have somebody help me, like, take me home. Like, every night, can we go home? He's like, no, the idea is you camp. And I was like,
you pack your tent.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, with proper gear, that wouldn't be so bad. I said, but, if I need to stop, we're going to have to stop. And if we need to take a day and get off on some road somewhere and take a break, because, like, I'm not worried about, like, the physical exhaustion part. Like, if my feet hurt, it's going to suck. But it's in tents, that's okay, as long as you have the right padding for sleeping on and stuff. But it's just that, like, after I walk either my feet, so I've been looking at some good hiking shoes.
Yeah.
And then if it's not that, I don't really mind it. But I know when we did I think that one day we did like 12 miles.
Did you have a 20-pound pack on?
No.
It's going to be a lot different when you have a 20-pound pack on.
But 12 miles just to this, the next day I was so sore. Like my feet, like I couldn't flex them without my shin hurting really bad, or my calves. So yeah. And I looked at like training, and there's like, I mean, people are like, oh, train on these little trails. I'm like, you have to understand, we're like on the coast. There's like flat land everywhere. There's no levels. It's just flat, you know? So, I mean, walking, you can train yourself to walk, but that doesn't really train you to any inclines or declines at all.
Exactly.
But so anyway, I was like, okay, well, tell you what, you retire, we'll do it. We got nothing else to do. See what happens.
I got nothing else to do.
I don't know who's going to watch the cats though. So, a couple of friends did it on YouTube. They did it in 8 days, but that's like 15 miles a day or something. Like I'm like, well, that might take us 16 days, maybe. He's like, we can do 16 days. I'm like, he's like, I will wait for you. We'll go as slow as we need to, because it's all about the adventure. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, but I'm not doing the Appalachian Trail.
Some people had somebody move their vehicle for them. So I wonder if somebody wouldn't move your motorhome for you. Like, you start out at the trailhead and they move it so many miles down the road, and then you stay in it, and then somebody else moves it again for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Real mountains out west, right? Yes. And I'm in northern Ohio, you guys. It is flat until you get to like maybe Dayton. You've got some hills there, but you know the glaciers moved all the way down here. It is flat. When we get a hill down here, we're like, whoa, roller coaster.
When we see hills or mountains, we're like, whoa, it's so vast and beautiful. We call it a
Yeah.
mountain, but it's really only just a hill.
And it's farms. And so not only is it flat, it's big open fields flat. Like there's nothing. There's
Mhm.
nothing on the other side of that field, you know, raising up into the sky. Now, obviously I've seen the mountains because we've driven down to North Carolina and out to California. But here, there is in northern Ohio, there is nothing.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, yeah. That it is hard work on those inclines and declines. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get some of that in the hill country.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went to Colorado, we did some hiking there, which wasn't too bad. You know, just with the altitude and inclines, you just take your time. You got to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially with altitudes. Yes, absolutely. All right. This has been so much fun, you guys. I have enjoyed today's show. I have accomplished absolutely nothing. Except some relaxation and some laughs, which I appreciate. And now I have to get to work
Oh,
after
okay.
after I eat lunch.
Oh, okay. So she's ditching us, is what she's
I am
saying.
ditching you for lunch and work. Real work this time.
Fine.
No, I did. I have that one order I need to ship out, and I literally have like made a point to, you know, obviously I didn't sell anything on Whatnot, and I have neglected my eBay store to the point where I need to leave it go so that I can clean in here and rearrange what I need to get done. It's just so inefficient at this point. And I started moving things around and I didn't get them all moved around. And so things are out, which makes it even worse.
Well, if you decide that you want a buddy on the like a hangout
Yeah.
or whatever, just
At least I got
not
one listed.
not
Woo!
to have to entertain, then let me know because I'm gonna be trying to get some serious listings done for me because I just need to.
Okay. I will message you guys on Instagram if I'm feeling like it's too
Yeah,
quiet here.
that way it'll be like just a hangout. Lisa, same if you want, just message. I can set up the thing. It won't be live. It'll just be like live with us. You know what I'm saying?
Marcy, I have sold on Etsy before. I currently do not have anything listed for sale. However, my seller account is still open. Like I could go in and list something today if I wanted to. I did not appreciate that immediate cost of listing something because I think I've been so spoiled by eBay where you don't have those listing fees right away.
It's like 30 cents every 3 months, isn't it?
I think it's
It's not,
20, but yeah.
yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah. So, but Marcy, if you had, did you have a question about it? I might know what you need to know. But it's been quite a while since I sold on there. My Etsy account, I was selling. What was I selling? Burp cloths, I think, is what I started out with, and that was when Elizabeth was a baby, and she's 16 now. So, but recently, I did sell. I did sell on there within the last year. I had a lot of my vintage items that I was cross posting. When I was cross posting, I did put those up over there. And I felt so bad. I had one bell that I sold and forgot to take it off of Etsy. How are the sales? Well, Etsy takes a while to build up a following over there. And so you're going to have slow sales to start with, depending on what you have. Mile High Hustlers, welcome. We're actually getting ready to go, but it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Howdy.
So
We are doing well.
yes.
Hope you are too.
So I think Etsy has an option also for some sort of promotion, like eBay does, but I can't remember what they called it over there. So, but yeah, you can promote your sales there too. So, for a fee. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Everything
I
has a fee
know
to it.
over the years they sell really well over there on Etsy, and I'm trying to think who else does. But I've heard a couple sellers that appreciate their Etsy sales. So
Yeah. I mean,
worth
it's
a
definitely
try.
good for vintage and handmade
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah, so if you have vintage and handmade, that's the place for sure. They consider vintage, that 20-year mark. So, but they also you can sell supplies there too. So if you have like craft supplies and things like that that are newer, you can sell newer craft supplies there too. Maker supplies. I mean, honestly, I've never seen anybody get kicked off for a Etsy item that doesn't meet their standards. I don't think they do it unless somebody reports them. Pay per click promotions on Etsy. Okay, there you go. Vintage and mid-century modern. Absolutely. Yeah, those will do well. Anything mid-century modern right now, I think on any platform is pretty hot. So, kitschy, mid-century modern, I would definitely give those a shot. If you've never sold on Etsy before, I would take a store, load it up, and see how it does. If you don't mind that upfront cost, for sure, it is worth a try. It was never my main source of sales, but anytime I had things there, I typically was making sales. So let us know what you decide for sure. All right, guys, I am starving. I can hear that ham and Swiss sandwich calling my name. I'm going to go slap that together. The cat's staring me down. I think he's waiting on some catnip there.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
Awesome.
he is. He just charged at me. Hang on, I'll get it.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
We'll say bye.
Hope you get a lot of stuff done.
Me too. Hang on. I think Walnut's going to come say bye. Come on. Coming? He's like, I don't see anything. No, maybe not. All right. Well, at least he came in and said hello. All right. You guys have a great day too. Thank you for joining us. Always appreciate that.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week over on. It's not Small Town Picker anymore. What is it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's no bad days.
No Bad Days.
Yeah, but yeah,
If you search Small Town Picker, it still comes up.
probably it's too fresh.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we'll see y'all next week then.
Oh, look it did. It popped up.
Walnut.
Say bye bye.
Bye bye. We'll see
All
y'all
right. See you
later.
guys. Bye, Jen.